Maintaining a robot at home, while it might still sound like something straight out of the Jetsons, is fast becoming a reality for many. As these mechanical companions transition from the realm of science fiction to the heart of our homes, understanding their care and feeding, or rather, their maintenance, becomes increasingly important. And when we talk maintenance, let's be honest, for most of us, the word mechanical can conjure images of greasy workshops and complex diagrams, potentially inducing a mild state of panic. Fear not, however. Keeping your home robot mechanically sound is less about rocket science and more about common sense and a gentle touch. Even if your DIY skills peak at assembling IKEA furniture, and sometimes even that's a stretch. So, let's delve deeper into the world of mechanical robot maintenance, ensuring your metallic mate remains a smooth operator in any kind of physical activity that you have planned with it, such as walking, running, and exercising, without requiring you to become a certified robotic surgeon.
Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support.
Firstly, picture your robot not just as a machine, but as a diligent, if slightly clumsy, member of the household staff. Like any hard-working helper, it needs regular checkups to perform at its best. Think of it as a spa day for circuits and gears, a bit of preventative pampering to avoid a full-blown robotic breakdown. At the heart of mechanical maintenance lies the crucial aspect of mobility. Many home robots are designed to be mobile marvels, gracefully, or sometimes not so gracefully, navigating our living spaces on wheels, tracks, or even legs that mimic our own. Consequently, these locomotion systems are prime real estate for the accumulation of daily detritus and the inevitable wear and tear. Imagine the sheer variety of obstacles a humble robot might encounter. Dust bunnies the size of small mammals, rogue tumbleweeds of pet hair, the occasional forgotten Lego brick, and the ever-present threat of the dreaded sock monster's castaways. All this debris, if left unchecked, can become a tangled nightmare around axles and wheels, seriously hindering movement. This, in turn, is not just about sluggish performance. It can actually strain the robot's motors, leading to reduced battery life, overheating, and potentially even premature component failure. Therefore, regular and meticulous cleaning of these mobility components is absolutely essential. Think of it as giving your robot's feet a thorough wash after a long day of errands, ensuring they're ready for the next day's adventures. A soft brush, like a gentle feather duster for mechanics, or a can of compressed air, like a miniature hurricane in a can, are your best tools in this battle against debris. Use them to lovingly evict dust, hair, and other unwelcome lodgers from wheels, tracks, and any other moving parts, ensuring friction-free and happy locomotion. Furthermore, let's consider the more sophisticated robots, the ones that boast arms, grippers, or other articulated appendages. These robotic extensions, much like our own elbows, wrists, and fingers, rely on a complex network of joints and linkages to achieve their dexterity. These moving parts, constantly bending, rotating, and extending, are inherently prone to friction and wear. To keep things running smoothly, literally, lubrication is key. Over time, the lubricant that keeps these joints moving fluidly can dry out, degrade, or become contaminated with the ever-present dust and grime of home life. This can lead to a host of problems, from jerky, hesitant movements that make your robot look like it's auditioning for a stop-motion film, to complete and utter joint seizure, rendering your robot arm as useful as a chocolate teapot. Thus, periodic and precise lubrication of these joints is not merely recommended, it's a mechanical imperative. However, this isn't a free-for-all lubrication frenzy. Think of it less like basting a Thanksgiving turkey and more like applying eye drops. Precision is paramount. Using the correct type of lubricant, as specified by the robot's manufacturer, is absolutely crucial. Imagine using cooking oil to lubricate your car engine. Disastrous, right? Similarly, the wrong lubricant for your robot can attract the wrong kind of dirt, degrade plastic components, or simply not provide adequate friction reduction. Moreover, the quantity of lubricant is as important as the type. Applying too much lubricant is not a sign of generosity. It's an invitation for more dust to stick and create a sticky, gummy mess that will actually impede movement. Conversely, too little lubricant is like sending your robot out into the mechanical wilderness without a water bottle, inadequate protection, and potential for breakdown. Therefore, a delicate, targeted application following manufacturer guidelines is the golden rule of robot joint lubrication. Beyond the routine of cleaning and lubrication, the often underestimated art of visual inspection plays a vital role in preventative robot maintenance. Just as you might casually glance over your bicycle before a ride or give your car a once-over for any obvious damage, a regular visual check of your robot can reveal potential problems long before they escalate into full-blown mechanical emergencies. Become a robot detective, Sherlock Holmes of circuits and servos. Train your eye to spot the subtle clues. Loose screws that might be wiggling their way out of their designated homes, hairline cracks in the robot's casing that could indicate stress or impact damage, or any signs of physical wear and tear that seem out of place. These seemingly minor cosmetic issues are often the canary in the coal mine, early indicators of more significant mechanical gremlins lurking beneath the shiny surface. For instance, a single loose screw, dismissed as insignificant, could, over time and vibration, lead to a critical component detaching, throwing the robot's delicate balance out of whack, or even causing a complete system malfunction. Therefore, taking a few minutes for a regular visual scan and addressing these small anomalies promptly is like catching a cold before it turns into pneumonia, a small effort with a huge preventative payoff. Intriguingly, the cutting edge of robotics research is increasingly focused on imbuing robots with a degree of self-sufficiency when it comes to their own maintenance. Scientists and engineers are actively exploring the fascinating realm of robots equipped with internal sensors that can detect the subtle whispers of wear and tear within their own mechanical systems. Imagine a future where your robot can autonomously diagnose a stiffening joint, identify a wool clogged with fluff, or even sense the early signs of material fatigue. And then, taking it a step further, imagine this self-aware robot autonomously performing basic maintenance tasks, like precisely dispensing lubricant to a creaky joint or deploying miniature onboard cleaning mechanisms to clear away accumulated debris. This ambitious concept, often dubbed self-healing or self-maintaining robots, is still largely confined to the cutting-edge labs of universities and research institutions, but it offers a tantalizing glimpse into a future where robot upkeep becomes dramatically simplified for the average user. For example, pioneering researchers at institutions like the University of Tokyo are actively experimenting with robots that incorporate sophisticated internal sensor networks to constantly monitor the health of their joints, actuators, and other mechanical components. These sensors, ranging from force sensors that detect unusual strain to temperature sensors that flag overheating motors and vibration sensors that pick up on unusual noises, feed data into onboard diagnostic systems. In some advanced prototypes, these systems can even trigger minor repairs using integrated tools, a truly remarkable step towards autonomous robot care. While widespread adoption of these self-maintaining marvels is still some years away, the research is rapidly progressing, promising a future where robots will be less like demanding pets and more like self-sufficient appliances. Adding another layer of innovation, the very materials used in robot construction are undergoing a quiet revolution, further simplifying mechanical maintenance. Robot manufacturers are increasingly turning to lightweight yet incredibly durable materials, such as advanced polymers, space-age composite materials, and even sophisticated ceramics, to construct robot bodies and mechanical components. These materials are not just about shedding weight and looking sleek. they offer a trifecta of benefits in terms of maintenance. Firstly, they are often inherently stronger and more resistant to wear and tear compared to traditional metals like steel or aluminum, meaning they simply last longer and require less frequent replacement. Secondly, many of these advanced materials boast self-lubricating properties, reducing the need for manual lubrication of joints and linkages. Imagine robot joints crafted from self-lubricating polymers that glide effortlessly without ever needing a drop of oil. A mechanical dream come true. Thirdly, these materials are often less susceptible to corrosion and degradation from environmental factors like humidity and temperature fluctuations, further extending their lifespan and reducing maintenance demands. For instance, numerous companies are actively experimenting with self-lubricating polymer blends for robot joints. So they are exploring the use of carbon fiber composites for robot chassis and limbs, aiming to create robots that are not only more agile and efficient, but also inherently more robust and require significantly less mechanical attention. This industry-wide shift towards more durable and low-maintenance materials is an overwhelmingly positive trend for future home robot users. As a result, it promises to make robot ownership less about constant tinkering and more about seamless, reliable assistance. Finally, let's not overlook the importance of having the right tools for the job. While you certainly don't need to transform your spare room into a fully equipped robotic engineering workshop, assembling a small, dedicated toolkit specifically for robot maintenance is a surprisingly wise and practical move. Think of it as curating a robot spa kit, filled with instruments of mechanical pampering. This essential toolkit should include items like a comprehensive set of small, precision screwdrivers, both the cross-headed Phillips variety and the straight-slotted flathead type, tweezers for delicately removing debris from those maddeningly tight spots that robot designers seem to love. We also need a soft, anti-static brush to gently whisk away dust without causing electrical mischief, a can of compressed air for blasting away stubborn particles from crevices, and, of course, the manufacturer-recommended lubricant for your specific robot model. Consider adding a small magnifying glass for inspecting tiny components and perhaps even a lint-free cloth for gentle cleaning. Think of this toolkit as your robot's personal first aid kit, always ready to tackle minor mechanical mishaps, perform routine checkups, and keep everything running smoothly. Keeping these tools neatly organized, perhaps in a dedicated box or drawer, and readily accessible, will transform routine maintenance tasks from a dreaded chore into a quick, efficient, and even slightly satisfying process. In conclusion, while the very phrase robot maintenance might initially evoke images of complex engineering and specialized expertise, especially for those of us who are more comfortable with a spatula than a spanner, the reality of mechanical upkeep for home robots is surprisingly approachable. At its core, it's fundamentally about applying a healthy dose of common sense, a sprinkle of preventative care, and just a little bit of good old-fashioned elbow grease. Regular cleaning of those hard-working mobility components, consistent lubrication of those essential joints and linkages, and diligent visual inspections to catch problems early are the cornerstones of keeping your mechanical robot companion in tip-top shape. And as technology continues its relentless march forward, the robots of tomorrow are not only becoming more intelligent and capable, but also increasingly self-sufficient and constructed from more durable, low-maintenance materials, promising to simplify upkeep even further. Therefore, confidently embracing the burgeoning era of home robots doesn't require you to suddenly transform into a mechanical engineering whiz. Equipped with a few simple tools, a dash of preventative diligence, and a healthy sense of humor when things occasionally go awry, because, let's face it, they sometimes will, even with robots. You can confidently ensure that your robotic helper remains a reliable and helpful member of your household. And yes, for many years to come, without necessitating constant, anxiety-inducing trips to the robot repair shop or worse, facing the terrifying prospect of a full-scale mechanical revolt erupting in your very own living room. After all, as any robot aficionado will tell you, A well-maintained robot is not just a functional robot, it's a happy robot, and a happy robot in the long run invariably makes for a happier, more harmonious home. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's continue this conversation in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the bell icon to get notified, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.